I'm Derek Peterson, the president of Peterson Cartridge. I'm here with Ken Wheeler of the PRS.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Derek.
Of course.
Appreciate you. Yeah. 6XC, I mean, this used to be...
That used to be
it.
Yeah, and you talk to David Tubb and he's like, yeah, there's a new flavor of the month, the GT or whatever, and you're like, yeah, well, you got to keep up.
And I don't see it going away.
I don't see it going away.
Yeah.
It solves the problem with the dasher struggle.
Yep.
Where you're like the feeding issues.
It used to be, right? Like everybody used to have feeding issues.
But now, who came out with the mags that solved it? Someone came out.
MDT.
MDT.
MDT had the original dasher mag.
Yeah, solved the issue.
Yeah.
So.
47 brass, I imagine. I mean, this is like, do you do 647?
We do 6. We're the only one that does 6.
Okay. And everybody's necking that up.
Everybody's just going down to that. Up to 24. Yeah. Some shoot the 22, but talk about a hot rod. Good. Yeah, that's so that's a good one. And then there's the 6. We're the only one that does the 6 because 6 isn't standardized yet.
Right.
It's not in CIP or SAMI. So and then of course the classic 6.5 Creed. You gotta love a good 6.5 Creed.
And this, you do small rifle ammo.
We do small and large. Yeah. But it's I don't know. It's hard to beat it. It just it shoots so well. It tunes easy.
I went back to 6.5 Creed this last year when I built a Sportsman Division rifle for PRS, and I remember 10 years ago when I first started PRS. And I struggled to load it. And first off, I was using junk brass. It was probably several different lots.
Mixed head stamp,
Mixed head stamp, cool, And I'm trying to modify it all so it's all the same. And then I'm still having SDs that are like 10 or 20. And I could not figure it out. And then this year going back and using your guys' brass, it's like, this is a lot easier.
It just tunes easier. Like it, it just takes another one of those variables out, which is that's what it's all about. I mean, get rid of the variables. Yeah. So, but the 6.5 Creed it's hard to beat it.
It's good for everything. Right?
Yeah, and if you're like, oh, I'm going to load that up this year, or whatever, and then you're like, well, maybe I'm not going to load. You call Eagle Eye. Call Eagle Eye out and be like, hey, I need some brass or I need some ammo, and they got you covered. So you can get like a factory loading in it.
And they use good brass.
They use good brass.
So this is almost all PRS calibers, right?
Yeah.
We have everything from 6XC, historically that was one of the first, if everybody started at 308, which we have here too.
Sure, everyone started at 308.
Yeah, and then you had some really smart guys like Wade Studeville or whatever start shooting a 260 Remington, which you guys probably make too, right?
We do, we do. But he probably did he put a fast twist on it?
Probably.
He probably put a fast. I mean, that's like, people are like, oh, the 260 Rem will do everything the 6.5 will. Yeah, it sure will if you put a fast twist on it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So well, and this is pre 6.5 Creed.
Yeah.
And then you had everybody like, and I don't want to say everybody, but like people started to figure out 6.5s recoil more than a 6 mil. And then
you can stay in your scope longer with a 6.
Right.
You're not going to get thrown off target as far.
Especially before we had shooting bags like they are today, right? Before sandbags and even before poly bags.
Yeah.
Right? And then, so 6XC became the big thing, and then it seemed like we figured out what BR.
Yeah, and then there was like, okay, what if we do something a lot shorter? I'm guessing that this, and I haven't looked this up, but I'm guessing that the 6BR Rem was relatively old, probably 1980s-ish.
Yeah, probably.
And then the 6BR Norma came from the 6BR Rem, but that was just I think they just changed the throat of the gun.
Yeah, made it longer for
longer
more
bullets.
Modern bullets. Yeah.
Exactly. And then they're like, well, this is great, 6BR Norma. And then Lapwell came out with, okay, these are good casings, good hard casings. And then someone's like, well, what if we just blow these out to something a little bit different? Put that 40-degree shoulder on it. Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that too, because like I remember early in my reloading, I remember seeing 6BR Norma and 6BR Rem. Like that was a thing, but that's not even talked about anymore. Like if anybody's mentioning 6BR, it's almost all Norma, right?
Yeah. 6BR Rem is not really a thing anymore. Yeah, it's all 6BR Norma. And I would say that most of the people who were shooting competition and messing around, say, with the different geometries of the casings, they were really limited by what the casing could be fire formed or sized into. And so if there, of course there wasn't a 6 GT,
No.
because you if you took a 308, you would have to heavily modify that case. You'd have to cut it in half, you'd have to neck it down, you'd have to neck turn it, and so it wasn't really practical. So, that normally what drives caliber development is the ability for the people in their basement, in their rooms where they're loading, to be able to wildcat. And if it's too much of a change, you just can't wildcat it. It's not possible. So of course, if there was a 6, so it takes a big company like Remington or Winchester or whatever to figure out, like, okay, we're going to come out with this caliber and put it out, and then everyone's like, all right, cool, this gives us something else to play with.
And not only that, but you also need those, the Brownings, the Winchesters, the Tikas, and all of them to adopt it too.
Correct, because if you have something that's, the Dasher, it's not going to fit in it. It's not going to feed well.
No.
That was the hang up with the WSSMs. I know it's not a PRS caliber, but they just could not feed.
Right.
So
you're not going to see them in competition, and then it becomes a customer support nightmare, right? Like if you put out a caliber that's that's like most ideal, but it doesn't feed or whatever.
You spend most of your time just telling people, trying to get them a solution instead of having something ready made.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember back when, and I had bought everything. I think it was like 6 SLR. I think it was SLR, but it was, of course, it's a neck down, heavily modified case and all that. But there was a point in time with PRS that everybody was looking for, like, that next magic.
Oh, the thing that's going to give the edge. Yeah.
There was guys that were, I think it was like 6.5 Addiction. And it was a 6.5 55 case.
Like a Swede.
Or Swedemore, they called it. But they blew it out to 30 or 40 degrees or something, the shoulder, right?
Yep.
And they're, whatever, running 3150 with a 6.5, 140 grain bullet, trying to beat the wind, right?
Yeah, just trying to make more of a laser beam.
Right. But then, in reality, it all came back to that.
Yeah.
We started with, 40 grains of powder.
Yep.
And then here we are at 30 and a tiny case.
Yep, tiny little case. It's highly efficient casing, though.
Yeah.
Super, super efficient, which is great. You're not wasting all the extra powder. You're not getting that extra recoil. You're just...
Yeah, and for guys that are shooting all the time, that's...
all the time. And, not running like crazy fast. Because, the faster you run it, the faster you're going to burn the barrels out. The harder it's going to be. Like...
Yeah.
Missing faster isn't. I'd rather hit the target a little slower than miss faster.
And see where it goes.
And see where it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And see where it goes.
And that's where we still have there's a place for 308, right? That's tactical division, and that's guys like Matt Steiner and Chad Heckler and all those guys that run that and compete at the world level, and there's a place for them to still do that and compete and be challenged, handicapping themselves.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are. Realizing that if you have a little bit of a slower round that you can predict. It's all about to predict what the next shot's going to do. Yep. And so I understand there's a little more recoil. Yeah, but it's a bigger bullet. So.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about support. So you guys have been the title partner for MKM.
Yep.
And they're one of their Pro Series matches.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Peterson Cartridge Challenge. Yep.
Yep. I love it. Peterson Cartridge Challenge coming up this year, August 8th, 9th, 10th.
Yep.
Yep. And you guys have supported the heck out of this now this is your 6th year?
6th year.
That's awesome.
6th year, yep. Yep, we like the guys up at MKM. They're great.
They do a great job.
And that's a great venue. It's it's super well taken care of. Yeah, it's not like a golf course or anything, but it's pretty dang nice.
Well, it is cool that they've developed that. Mark, Ken, and Matt have developed MKM, right? They've developed that range so that you get several looks too. So you're not shooting all the same direction, and it's not all the same distance. And there's some variation there, right?
Yeah, there's a good bit of variation. They have different stages. They have some vehicles. They have some tires. They have all the different kind of stuff to shoot off of. Roof. Yeah, the school bus, roof pitches. All kind of stuff. Yeah, they have the elevated station on top of the shipping containers, the Connexes. So that was super cool. Yeah. And even as a spectator, it's a really fun place to come. I'd say one of the ranges parallels the road.
Yep.
And so you kind of get to be like, what's it like downrange when you like what the sound the bullets make when they're going downrange.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's just a fun place.
Yeah, and you can park. They do a really good job of like bringing food right there, and then you park centrally located, so
Yeah.
spectator.
Oh, it's right there.
You can come and you get out of your car, you walk 100 feet, and you can actually.
Yeah, and it's Pennsylvania. It's not like normally like crazy hot. I mean, we got a little humid.
It's August,
but it's August. But
right
it's
up against the river.
I'd rather be there than like the lower part of Texas or something,
Mississippi.
So Mississippi. So we don't have gnats. So I'd say that's I guess the benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're proud to have you as the official cartridge of the PRS.
We're thankful to be there. Yeah, we're thankful to be the official.
Yep, it's been a great. It's been a great partnership, and the PRS is better for having Peterson involved.
Oh, that's nice of you to say. Yeah, we should appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.